Welcome everyone to Doga Yoga. My name is Melody and today we're doing a beautiful lunar flow. So you know how much I love working with the seasons, working with the lunar cycle. So today, and even if it's not a full moon tonight, you can still do this class. Today we're really going to channel our lunar energy rather than our solar energy. So rather than working forward and back on our mat, we're going to work side to side. So lay your mat out long ways so the long edge is facing your screen, and we'll get started. So come on down to child's pose. Doesn't matter which way you face to start with. I want our knees wide, our toes together. Really rest the forehead on the earth, the belly on the thighs, and release. Now, if it feels comfortable for you, you can take the hands in prayer position and just rest them on the back of the neck. So just start to find your connection to the here and now. Find your connection to surrender and start to focus on the rise and fall of your breath. Inhale, feel the belly, the ribs, the collarbones. And exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Start to let go of what was. And start to embrace what is. The here and now. With the rise and fall of your breath. Embrace the present moment and embrace the future, all the opportunities that lie ahead, as long as we are alive. Continue focusing on your inhale and exhale, gently deepening your breath with each cycle. Feeling the belly, the ribs, the collarbones rise. And exhale, release. When we're ready, we'll gently send our fingers forward if you have your hands in prayer position. Walk them back towards our knees and gently sit on up here. Now, if this is too much for you, you might get a pillow or sit on a block. So just find what feels good. Stacking the shoulders, the hips, the ankles, if that feels good for you. You might have your hands in front to take a little bit of weight off the knees. So find your center, find your connection to that breath. Find the stillness of the body as we be here now. As we're ready, we'll take one big arm circle up, overhead, fingertips touch. And back to heart center. Inhale, hands up, overhead, fingertips touch. And back to heart center. One more, fingertips up, overhead, and touch. Exhale, we're going to take our palms wide, open up the chest, send the fingertips behind us. Really breathe here. Open ourselves up, open our heart up, open our energy up to the lunar energy. That place of intuition, of softness, of flow. When we're ready, release our hands beside us, tuck our toes underneath, and just sit here for a moment. You might take your hands in heart center if that is available to you. Gently lengthening the spine and sending the shoulder blades down the back. Finding your connection to your breath. That deep, full, even, beautiful yogic breath as you inhale. Fill up all three chambers. And exhale, release. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And release. Release the hands down beside you. Just let them help you come up onto a toe squat. So we're going to balance here. You might have your blocks handy to help you balance, or you might be able to stack the ankles, the hips, the shoulders, squeeze the knees, the glutes, the ankles in towards one another. I'm going to activate the thighs and push on up here. Big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. And exhale, take the hands wide and have the fingers face towards the earth beside the body. Breathe and connect here. Inhale, feel the belly, the ribs, the collarbones. And exhale, release. We'll turn to the long edge of the mat if you're not there already. Take the feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Turn the toes out. And I want us to gently and slowly open up our chest here. Open up our stance. Get big. Take up space. Be like, oh, I am here in the here and now. I'm taking up the space that I deserve. Inhale, expand. And exhale, just release the hands down towards the hips. And come into our Trikonasana. So we're going to turn I'll mirror you, left toes pointing towards the left. Our right foot comes to parallel to the other side of the mat. You might take your stance a little bit wider, just see how feels good. Tuck the tailbone under, send the hips towards the right. Start to reach your left hand towards the left, keeping that right hand on the hip just for now. So once you're here, start to send that hand down. So we're leaning over, and what we're doing is creating a beautiful stretch in this hip. We're not leaning forward and back. We're just going to the side as much as we can. So our hand might be on our knee, might be on our shin. We might be able to reach the ground. And once you feel this opening in the hip, the core is on, we'll reach our right hand to the side. So inhale, find a length in the spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Push into the feet. And exhale, revolve. Send your gaze towards the side of the room or to the top fingertips. Inhale. And exhale. A handy hint here is imagine we're picking up this leg. So imagine you're gripping the leg and picking it up. You'll feel the back leg automatically activate when you do that. So just breathe. When we're ready, we're going to spiral this top hand down to frame this front foot. So we're going to come onto our back toes and into a lunge. So come onto those back toes, lower that back knee down for our first one. Come onto our fingertips or blocks and send our shoulder blades down the back. Beautiful release here. Inhale, find length and soften. Inhale, find length and soften. Inhale, find length. And release. I'm going to walk my left hand towards the right, and we're going to walk our hands, swivel on our feet, walk our hands around and come into a lunge on the other side. So our left toes are up, our right big toe is planting down. We're lowering down that back knee. Come onto the fingertips, sink the hips down and breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Send the shoulder blades down the back. Soften the jaw, the facial muscles. Just feel yourself release. When we're ready, we're going to tuck those back toes under if they're not already. Lift that back knee and come onto the side of that back foot. Now I want us to really press into the outside edge of that back foot. Press into our big toe. We're going to start straightening this front leg, reaching our left hand high, coming into our Trikonasana on the other side. So same as before, we want this beautiful stretch in the side body here. So we'll take ourselves as high as we need to find that stretch, leaning back a little bit, reaching higher, revolving from the navel center in our beautiful Trikonasana on the other side. So this kneecap is active on the bottom leg. We might have a slight micro bend in that knee so we're not overextending. Our shoulder blades are down the back. Our core is strong. Our upper carriage is active, kind of parallel towards the earth. So breathe. Inhale and exhale. Imagine we're picking up this front leg with this front hand. You'll feel the activation in that back leg automatically when you do that oppositional force. And just soften. When we're ready, we're going to push into our front big toe. Rise on up. Turn those toes to the front of the room. Open ourselves up. Heels in, toes out. Open up into our star pose. Take out space. So beautiful. Bring our palms up overhead, fingertips touch. And exhale, feet together, hands back to heart center. Place our thumb on our sternums and our shoulder blades down the back and breathe. Congratulations, Congratulations, you just completed our first Chandravan Namaskar, our lunar flow. So we'll do that a few more times and we'll get quicker as we go. Now we know what we're doing. So inhale, big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. And exhale, we're going to step wide into our star pose, really reaching. We're going to turn our right foot, really reaching. We're going to turn our left toes to the left, back foot squares off to the other side of the mat and reach forward into our Trikonasana. Once we're reaching forward as far as we can go, we'll place that hand down, reach our right hand towards the sky and revolve from the navel center towards the side of the room. Inhale, finding length, shoulder blades are down the back and softening. Inhale and softening. We're going to spiral this top hand down, frame this front foot, come into your lunge. So sink this back knee down, get the feet how you can, ankle and knee in alignment, come up onto the fingertips and release. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Walk the hands towards the front of the mat. We're going to walk our hands over, coming into our lunge on the other side. So pivot on the feet, coming onto those back toes, pushing into that front big toe, sinking that knee down and opening up into our lunge. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Lift that back knee, come onto the outside edge of that back foot, really push into that front big toe and open ourselves up into your Trikonasana here. Find length on your inhale and exhale, revolve. Find length on your inhale and revolve. Find length and soften. Find length and release. Now gently come on up. Big star pose, open up here, heels in, toes out, reach and back, reach. And when ready, bring the fingertips together above the head and exhale, bring our hands and feet back to center. Breathing and connecting with the rise and fall of our breath here. One more, inhale, big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. Exhale, step our feet wide. Now we're going the other direction now, so turn our right toes out, back foot squares off with the edge of the mat. Reach our right hand towards the right of the room. For the stretch on this hip, so we're not leaning forward or back. Find that beautiful stretch over the hip and then place that hand down. Find length in the spine, activate the legs, reach high and soften. Reach high and soften. Revolve from the navel center towards the top of the room and soften. Spiral this top hand down, come into your lunge. Lower down onto that back knee or keep it up, coming onto the fingertips and opening. When we're ready, walk our hands around, coming into a lunge on the other side, opening up the chest here as well. And then come onto the edge of that back foot. Open up the legs here into your Trikonasana, tuck the tailbone under, lean back as far as you can, send the shoulder blades down the back and breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, come on up, open up, big star pose, take up space, be here now. Fingertips touch above the head and exhale back to heart center. Inhale, arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. Exhale, star pose. Inhale, coming into your Trikonasana legs. So find that alignment with the feet, heel to arch alignment. Reach towards the right of the room and open. Inhale, find length and revolve. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, send the top hand down, frame that front foot and come into your lunge. Walk the fingertips around towards the other side, back knee up or down, into a lunge on the other side. When we're ready, come to the outside edge of that back foot, heel to arch alignment, push into that front big toe and open ourselves up into our Trikonasana. So lean back as far as you can and come up higher if you need to create space in the spine and hip. So inhale, find length and revolve. Inhale, find length and revolve. Inhale And exhale, come on up. Big star pose. Open up, heels in, toes out, make space. Fingertips touch above the head and step in. Hands back to heart center. Inhale, big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. And back to heart center. We're going to turn our left toes out towards the left. Really activate our legs here and just step our right foot back a little bit as if we're going to come into our Trikonasana, but slightly smaller stance. We're going to send our left hand reaching forward and take it down onto the ground or onto a block. So take your time here, lifting up our right leg towards the sky and opening up that hip towards the side of the room. Coming into our, you guessed it, half moon. So inhale, finding length in the spine. And exhale, grounding down through all four corners of the feet. Inhale. And exhale, you might start to lift that top hand towards the sky, revolving the gaze towards the side of the room or to those top fingertips. Find where feels good. Breathing here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And we're going to release. Bring this top hand down to meet the bottom hand. We're going to bring that hip, so square the hips off, coming into our half splits here. So lift that leg high, hips are parallel to the ground. And exhale, lower that foot down onto the ground. Come into a forward fold here, bend the knees generously. Send the crown of the head towards the earth, shake the head, yes or no. Wrap the arms around the elbows, coming in to our ragdoll, really releasing here. When you're ready, push into the big toes, roll on up, vertebra by vertebra. Big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. And just come back to heart center. Inhale, big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. Exhale, we'll take our hands towards our hips. We'll turn our feet into our Trikonasana feet, slightly smaller stance though on the other side. Reach with our hand and take it down onto the ground, lifting that back leg up as we go. So opening up the hips towards the side of the room, coming into our half moon on the other side. So find length in the spine on our inhale, and exhale, release that top hand up. Inhale, and exhale, ground down through all four corners of the feet. Slight micro bend in that knee just to avoid overextension. Sending the shoulder blades down the back and breathe. Send this top hand down to meet the bottom hand. Send the hips parallel towards the earth. Keep that leg high, coming into our half splits. Lower that foot down. Bend the knees generously, feet hip distance apart into our forward fold. Wrap the arms around the elbows, rock side to side, really massaging out the spine here, letting the head become heavy. And when ready, push into the feet, roll on up. Big arm circle up overhead, fingertips touch. And come back to heart center. When we're ready, we're going to sink the hips down into a yogic squat. So just rock side to side here. We might just come here. So have the hips quite high, the knees bent, and feel the activation in the feet, the knees, the hips. Or if your hip joints allow you, sink yourself a little bit deeper into the earth, sending the tailbone towards the earth. So we might be up on our toes here. We might have the heels grounded. If we have the heels grounded, take the hands to heart center, opening up the knees here, really getting in to all of our beautiful lunar muscles. So what I mean by that is when we do our sun salutations, we work the outside muscles, the muscles that literally touch the sun. Our thighs, our biceps, our back muscles, the bigger muscles that really are the powerhouse muscles that get strength. When we do our lunar flow though, or our moon salutation, what we work is all the little interconnective muscles when we go side to side. So the place that doesn't see sun, the place that is actually more pale. So the insides of our wrists, the insides of our arms, the insides of our thighs, all the little connective muscles that really help us stabilize. So that's what we're working today. We're getting into all these beautiful muscles that don't see the sun, working ourselves side to side. So inhale, find length and sink down a little bit deeper. See if you can tuck the tailbone under, find a little bit more length, opening up the hips here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale once more and exhale. We're just going to rock back very gently to release. We're going to make our way lying down to our mat. So just turn around Lie down very gently onto the mat. Take your time. Shoulders, hips connecting with the earth, and just breathe, my friends. Just let yourself surrender and release. Find your connection to the earth and just find your connection to your breath. Hello, Arlo. Inhale, feel the belly, ribs, the collarbones. And exhale, just soften. Inhale. And exhale. And our next inhale, we're going to bring our knees towards our chest, bring them out towards our armpits. We're coming into happy baby. So you might just stay here. I'm just going to move the mic quickly, actually. To the other side, so we have good audio quality, always important. Bring the knees wide, feet high, grab the outer edges of the feet, and just sink the tailbone still onto the earth. Hello, Danikins. Inhale, no kisses. Lengthen the spine and exhale, soften. Now you might start to rock side to side here, gently massaging out the body. You might straighten one leg and then the other. You might be getting attacked by doggy kisses. Whatever you are doing is perfect. Just move intuitively. Notice the sensations of all those little interconnective stabilizer muscles and see how they're going for you. See what's going on for them. When we're ready, we're going to lower our feet down into the earth, knees wide, soles of the feet together, getting into our hips here. Hello, Papa. And just come into a place of deep relaxation, deep ease, a place where you can really just let go. You might have your dog laying on you or coming to give you cuddles. Just relax and soften with each breath. They often pick up your energy, and it's just a place for us to really be present. So inhale and exhale, soften. Inhale and exhale. With your breath, take care to be mindful of the present moment. Notice the sensations in the breath. Is it fast or slow, deep and full or shallow? Notice the air connecting to your nostrils as you breathe in and out. Notice the sensations of the body. Notice the inner thighs, the hips connecting with the earth, the shoulders, the back of the head. And notice the sensations on the skin. Feel the hardness of the earth beneath you, the cool of the air or warmth of the air on your skin. Just take care to be in the here and now, reveling and finding joy in this awesome moment, the fact that we're alive, the fact that you've taken time to care and nourish your body and mind today. So just be. Connect with the rise and fall of your breath. When we're ready, we'll gently straighten our legs. Send our arms up overhead. Wriggle our fingers and toes. Really take our time. And roll over onto a side that suits you, using your arm as a pillow. You might start to notice the sounds around you inside the room and out. You might start to crack open the eyes and notice what you can see in your present vicinity. Notice the details. And when we're ready, we're going to rise on up into seated position. Cross our legs and all together take one big beautiful arm circle to celebrate the end of today's class. Hello, Papa. Doggy kisses. Bring our hands back to heart center, no kisses. And sending you lots of love and doggy gratitude. Namaste.